the men and women who would have excelled in the fields over the last quarter and for the year of 2017. Thank you very much. Please be seated. We also have with us here, apart from the winners from PGS, we have 3 outstanding officers from the Guyana Police Force that was recommended from the Commission of Police, also here to receive some awards. Congratulations, 2 gentlemen and a lady. And thank you for being here with us this afternoon. I'd like to pay respect and start with the head table by saying welcome to, from my extreme right, Mr. Hilkin from the Republic Bank. Our administrative officer, AAO, Ms. Glennis Prophet. Oh, I didn't see. I'm seeing a chair there, but I'm not seeing anybody. Please put your hands together for Mr. Bob, our AO. Our procurement officer, Mrs. Liana Kirkpatrick. The managing director and the boss himself, Mr. Sean Kirkpatrick. Our administrative director, Mrs. Melanie McTurk. Our operations director, Mr. Edward McTurk. Our chief security officer, Mr. Paul De Freitas. And from the Republic Bank, also, Mr. Kanzias. And for most of you joining us for the first time in the first award, wow, that was loud, the fun. Yeah, joining us for the first award, we have our new human resource manager, and I'll ask her to stand, Ms. Vanita Andrew. This is one of our newest members to our team. Thank you, Ms. Andrew, and welcome. And you will be hearing from Ms. Andrew later on in the evening.
Thank you, Watson, and thank you, Sue. Welcome all, and Happy New Year. Thank you to everyone for coming out to the 4th quarterly and annual award ceremony for 2017. In this new year, I made a resolution to be more assertive. And 1 or 2 people have mentioned that they've noticed a drastic change in me. A change they didn't seem to love. Getting back to it. When I last spoke to a crowd like this, at the 3rd quarterly award ceremony, I spoke about the future of professional guard services. But now, I want to remind you of our past. In 1983, Professional Guard Service was born with a vision and expertise of providing the best security service in Guyana, matching those of the US and Canada. That means that we're celebrating 35 years of Professional Guard Service guarantee this year. We have progressed through the years from bicycles to motorcycle inspectors, from cars to buses, from buses to trucks. And in 2016, our fully armored certified CIT van was introduced. And we're not stopping here. We're working on purchasing another fully armored certified vehicle with the help of Republic Bank, our bank. In the first quarter of this year, we're changing our own computerized accounting system. It will cost a lot of money, time, and energy, but it will be beneficial to everyone, down to our new security officers. In 2016, we switched our payroll from checks to the Easy Pay electronic payroll system. Now every security officer can access their payments on a 24-hour basis at multiple locations. And so in time, we will adjust to the new system and we will benefit from same. To the winners, congratulations. You're here today because you stood out. You strive to be better than the rest. You successfully achieved what a lot of security officers at every level have not achieved. You have won. And you should be applauded. Not everyone can win. And I'm sure we have a lot of security officers hard working tirelessly to maintain our high standards that are not here. And to those I say, keep up the good work and keep striving for excellence. On the 4th of July, 2017, we were tested and we were successful. When Republic Bank Wall Street was attacked by armed bandits. And our team, PGS, came through for our clients, our friends, and each other. Recently, I was called to the Office of the Commissioner of Police Acting. And we were honored when I received a plaque from the Acting Commissioner for prompt response and courage and decisive action which foiled the armed attack. The plaque is there, you can read it after the awards at Truro. I must say I was truly honored to be there. And I was very humbled to be there and receive such a plaque. This is the first time in our 35 years we've received such a plaque. In 2017, last quarter, Mr. Cox left PGS to do his own thing. And in 2018, we have our new Human Resource Manager, Ms. Vanita Andrews. She has a degree in business management and worked with Demerara Distilleries over the last 10 years. We look forward to her improved performance and guidance. But you will hear more about her soon. To the organizers, thank you for the beautiful, warming, and perfect arrangements. The dedication, time, and energy displayed is just the spirit we all have to demonstrate in the future. Thank you. Thank you all. Stay alert and stay alive.
As Mr. Kirkpatrick said, we are rolling out a new accounting system, and that is to ensure that our ranks are paid for the work that they have done. My father used to say, a man does work because he wants money. And so we believe that once you're out there working, making it safe for business, that you must be equally rewarded for the time you spent devoting to the building of PGS and the protection of our clients. Again, a round of applause for these people who have done that day in and day out. As he has mentioned, we should be having a new CIT truck sometime very soon. Mr. Candice and Mr. Hilkin might take back the word that we've announced it. So we're hoping that Republic Bank comes online. And if you were here the last award ceremony, the boss also promised a helicopter pad. And we're holding him to that as well. So we have lots of work ahead of us, and we intend to continue to forge on a better, stronger force to reckon with, Team PGS. And in doing so, we know that our most critical, our most valuable resource is our human resource, and that is you, the men and women that make PGS what it is today. And so when Mr. Cox left us in 2017, the last quarter, the director's vision was that we just can't have anybody come in to fill this space. We have to have somebody that is astute, that is erudite, that can, that has a vision and that would work in keeping with the vision of directors and the way that PGS wants to go. So you had to find someone with the right fit, all right? And it came from the Cinderella County of Essequibo, speaking of right fit. So we became Vanita Andrews' perfect glass slipper, and she parted company with DDL after 10 years of service to join us here at Team PGS. Please welcome the newest fit to our team, our Human Resource Manager, Ms. Vanita Andrew.
Thank you, Wazim, for your kind words. Members of the head table, special invitees, colleagues of PGS, ladies and gentlemen, a special good evening to all of you. My name is Vanita Andrew. I am originally from the Essequibo Coast, as Wazim mentioned, where I completed my secondary education. I then started studies in management at the University of Guyana. During my studies at the university, I began testing the working world in different areas. One such area was in teaching, because teaching is in my family genes and I have great admiration for that profession. After joining the Human Resources Department at DDL, I realized that it is the area I want a career in. During my 10 years stint at DDL, I learned that people are the most valuable resources in a business, and more importantly, the essence we get from that value when we manage that resource properly. The Human Resources Department will be working very closely with each department in creating structure and a fair system of rewarding employees. We will be looking closely at the manpower needs at each location and recruit according to those needs. We will ensure that the ranks deployed to each location are trained and equipped with the necessary competencies to take up the roles they are assigned to. I want to emphasize that training is very important in our line of work, and to further develop our employees, we will be liaising with external parties to come in and support our officers so they get a wider perspective in preparing themselves to combat the different risks and challenges they face on a daily basis. The theme for this event is rewarding professionalism and fostering team spirit. Some of you may ask why professionalism and teamwork is so important in our line of business. Professionalism is not just us being nicely dressed in uniforms. It has to do with the manner in which we conduct ourselves in the execution of our duties. Our demeanor, our appearance, and the way we speak is vital when we speak of professionalism. Professional workplace behavior is necessary for the success of any business as well. Maintaining professionalism establishes boundaries between what is considered inappropriate and what is not. While we support a vibrant and energetic workplace, limits must be put in place to avoid conflicts and misunderstandings. Workers who conduct themselves professionally steer clear of crossing the line with their conversations and other interactions with colleagues, superiors, and clients. Maintaining professionalism also minimizes conflicts. Workers who respect each other's boundaries rarely have disagreements. Teamwork in the workplace is also essential to the success of the company and the development of each employee. It allows us to become more familiar with each other and learn how to work together. Working together allows us to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. In doing so, it allows managers the ability to delegate responsibilities so that tasks can be accomplished efficiently. It allows staff members to feel more comfortable in offering suggestions, and we believe in the saying that two heads are better than one. Teams play a major role in providing support to each other since there are everyday challenges in the workplace. As we work in fostering teams, we will create an environment where we will feel safe and confident so that when we approach a situation, we can be sure that we will not be fighting a one-man battle, but rather we have the full support of a competent team. Teams help each other to improve performance and work together towards improving their professional development. These bonds can be important when the team faces a particularly difficult challenge or if the group is forced to deal with the loss of a member while still trying to be productive. It is the role of the Human Resources Department to ensure that you have the best possible team watching your backs. Today, I join with the rest of the management of PGS in extending congratulations to the ranks who have been identified for awards. You have shown true commitment and dedication, and despite all of the challenges you faced, you still managed to persevere. Continue striving for excellence, remember to maintain professionalism, and provide encouragement and support to your colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Andrews. And as she said, despite the many challenges we would have faced, we've still managed to persevere. And we know here at PGS that we have had our share of challenges in 2017. The Guyana Police Force know they've had their share of challenges in 2017. But yet we are here, January 2018, and looking forward to a bright new year. And we will continue to persevere because once there is a will, there is a way, right? Right. All right, so as I said, our team that we're celebrating today is rewarding professionalism and fostering team spirit. And team spirit comes from teamwork. And what is teamwork? We easily use the slang to say, we have to work as a team. We have to be a team. And we call ourselves Team PGS. But more and more being here, I think we as a group, as a body of people, continue to recognize the importance of being a team. We continue to learn as to what it is to be a team member. And we know that teamwork sits alongside trust, communication, and tolerance. These are the building blocks of the best relationships. And not only in professional relationships, but in your own personal lives as well. Teamwork is not what I can get out of this relationship. It's what can I bring to the relationship to make it better. Teamwork is a combined commitment to overcome obstacles. It's support. It's encouragement. It's working together. It is what we have done in the last year. It's rising to the challenge of bettering yourself for the benefit of the whole, for the benefit of all of us. It's providing the support and encouragement necessary to help others better themselves and to succeed in their endeavors. So teamwork, team spirit that we celebrate comes from teamwork, the close-knit, shoulder-to-shoulder, get the work done sort of attitude. And you guys have certainly done well over the last quarter and made us proud over the last just concluded year, 2017. So without further ado, we would get straight into the presentation, the reason we are here this afternoon, to celebrate our ranks. And we will start with our quarterly awards, and I'll ask our officers to get in place so that we can do so. I'd invite Ms. Dorani Kamash, and actually if you can give Ms. Kamash a round of applause. She is as new as Ms. Andrews. She joined us officially on the 2nd of January, and this is to her first award ceremony. So, Ms. Kamash, please take up your position. And excuse her if she makes a few little, and she said she wouldn't, so end of that. All right, so presenting the first set of awards for this quarter will be Ms. Glennis Prophet, our AAO. Ms. Prophet joined PGS in our duty room. She was a radio officer, and she have worked her way up to AAO. So her time at PGS has been profitable. So first off, we have Shift Commander of the Quarter. And this award goes to none other than Mr. Renald Roberts. Mr. Roberts joined PGS back in September of 2015 as a bicycle inspector, and he was promoted to commander. Then he came into the administrative department last year, and he did some work on training manuals and so on, and now has taken back the post as shift commander, winning the quarterly award for Commander of the Quarter. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts. Bank and Factory Commander of the Quarter goes to Mr. Winston Richmond. Mr. Richmond rejoined PGS on the 6th of April 2009 as a first lieutenant. And he ascended to his rank of Bank and Factory Commander through hard work and dedication. Congratulations, Mr. Richmond. Our Deputy Bank and Factory Commander Award goes to Ms. Roxanne Stewart. Ms. Stewart rejoined PGS on the 9th of February in 2005 and has since worked with nothing but diligence and commitment for the past 12 years. Ms. Stewart is a familiar face at our Caribbean Airlines contract. Congratulations, Ms. Roxanne Stewart. Thank you. Our next awardee would be Inspector of the Quarter. He joined PGS as an inspector in June of 2017. He has proven to be very effective and accurate in the performance of his duties. This inspector has a reputation of being very reliable and willing to go the extra miles. 7 months in, and he is a true team member. Ladies and gentlemen, Inspector of the Quarter, Jamal Thomas. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Our next recipient, the award goes to Yashwanti Samaru, and she is the duty officer of the quarter. Ms. Samaru joined PGS in May of 2017 as a first lieutenant and has worked her way up to the rank of duty officer, a proud member of Team PGS. Thank you very much, Ms. Samaru, and thank you very much, Ms. Prophet. Ms. Sylvia Cornelius, she has won that award, but she's not here with us today. She is under the weather. Ms. Cornelius has been with us for 20 years, and she has an unblemished record. For those of you who don't know her, congratulations to Ms. Cornelius. Get well soon. Our awards for the quarter continue with our Cash Crew Commander of the quarter, and this award goes to Mr. Michael Davis. Mr. Davis started as an armed sergeant with PGS on the 7th of November 2015 and is now operating as commander of one of our cash in transit team as of the 4th quarter. Congratulations, Cash Crew Commander Davis. Next up, award for Deputy Cash Crew Commander. This rank came back to PGS as an armed sergeant in October of 2015. then promoted to Deputy Cash Crew Commander in July of 2016. He has always set very high standards regardless of the position he holds. Deputy Cash Crew Commander of the last quarter is none other than the very mannerly Mr. Moses Williamson. Mr. Williamson proves that you can be firm and still be very polite. Congratulations, Mr. Williamson. Armed Sergeant of the Quarter goes to Ram Sankar Prasad. Originally joined Team PGS in November of 1999 as an inspector. Mr. Prasad then left PGS for greener pastures, but like so many other ranks, has returned to the fold, rejoining PGS in 2016 as an armed sergeant and has proven once again to be very hardworking. Mr. Ram Sankar Prasad, Armed Sergeant of the Quarter. Sergeant of the Quarter, Chandra Ramrup. Ms. Ramrup joined PGS on the 10th of July of 2012. Since then, she has shown her commitment to the team by always going the extra mile in her duties. We are proud to say she is one of our team members. Ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant of the Quarter, Ms. Ramrup. Next up, Security Officer of the Quarter. Being a former constable of the Guyana Police Force, the combined training she received from PGS and the GPF has certainly made her stand out in the crowd. Please welcome and let us congratulate Security Officer Susan Bajan. Security Officer of the Quarter, last quarter that is, of 2017. Our next awardee is the Delta of the Quarter 2017, last quarter, and that is none other than Drummond Durant. After joining PGS in October of 2017, Mr. Durant has been recognized for his consistently high standards of performance through the previous awards. We would like to congratulate him on winning this award once again. Thank you very much, Mr. Durant, and thank you very much, Mr. Bob. First up, Shift Commander of the Year. Shift Commander of the Year goes to none other than Melissa Adams. Ms. Adams is a product of hard work in PGS. She joined our team in 2012 and has performed at varying levels, including duty officer. Her application and drive have led her to the post that she currently holds as Shift Commander. Congratulations, Ms. Adams, Commander Adams. And also helping to distribute the prize is our procurement officer, Mrs. Liana Kirkpatrick, with a trophy that obviously weighs a bit more than her. All right, so we believe in go big or go home, right? So our next recipient is the Cash Crew Commander of the Year. She is not here with us because duty force, Miss Amrita Baird. Deputy Bank and Factory Commander of 2017 goes to David Telemano. Mr. Telemano joined PGS in August of 2016 as a lieutenant, having little or no experience in security. Through application, he was soon promoted to Deputy Bank and Factory Commander. His constant willingness to learn and his dedication to the job very quickly saw him being promoted to his current rank. A round of applause for the Deputy and Bank Factory Commander, Mr. David Kelman. Next up, Duty Officer of 2017. The Duty Officer of 2017. And that goes to Devon Sobers. Sobers is a fellow of the PGS and the PGS radio room. And has been around long enough to be able to identify grants by their voices on the radio. Now you know you're working long on the radio when you could recognize people's voices over radio set. And now that we have over 300 grants, the Sobers can actually know 2020. Congratulations, Mr. Sobers. Thank you very much. Mr. President. Presenting the next set of awards for our annual, I'll ask Mr. Master to come forward, and he will be presenting in the presence, or with the assistance rather, of our special guest, Mr. MacLeod, from the National Milling Contract. Mr. MacLeod is the Chief Financial Officer here at National Milling. Alright. So as we continue along, we're awarding the winners for the year 2017. So Inspector of 2017 goes to Samuel John. Inspector John, prior to joining PGS, spent 22 years at another security company. I can't get the name, but I'd say they wear the color green and white. He performs similar duties. This inspector can be relied upon to keep on going no matter what. Please put your hands together for Mr. Samuel John. Lieutenant Henderson has proven to be an outstanding worker, both in attendance and performance. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Henderson. Congratulations, Ms. Holder. The next recipient is Ms. Patricia Connell. Is she here? All right. Ms. Patricia Connell, Armed Sergeant of 2017. Ms. Connell actually celebrating her 8th anniversary of working at PGS here next week on January 25th. And since then, she has shown diligence to the service as a proud member of Team PGS. Congratulations, Sergeant of 2017, and congratulations on your 8th anniversary, Sergeant Connell. Security Officer of 2017. This award goes to Eslyn Flew. Ms. Flew is a former National Guard and a member of the Guyana Defense Force and joined Team PGS in February of 2017. She has shown sincere commitment and dedication to the service, earning her the title of Security Officer of the just concluded year 2017. And the last awardee for the annual awards, this award goes to Delta of the Year. And this personality, is none other than Delta Richard Williams. Mr. Williams joined PGS in February of 2016 as a driver. He has performed duties to the commanders, where he was recognized at our second quarterly award ceremony for this year or the just concluded year rather, and currently performing as a driver for the CIT teams. We are proud to say that to date, he has a sterling record. Congratulations, Mr. Richard Williams. Thank you, Mr. McLeod. Thank you, Mr. McTurk. We would like to present special awards to these ranks. Presenting the awards are Mrs. Melanie McTurk, our Administrative Director. And at this point, we'd like to ask Mr. Kanzias from the Republic Bank Limited. Okay, Mr. Hilkin. Mr. Hilkin also from Republic Bank to join us in making this special presentation. All right, so the first special award goes to Bank and Factory Shift Commander, Ms. Esther Van Veel. Ms. Van Veel. What? That's an award.
Not the trophies.
Well, somebody go there.
Not the trophies.
Wait a minute.
Google commercial. Not the trophies.
So we're giving them.
So give them the money.
Right. So
The trophies are for Google Kirkpatrick
I
Award.
didn't set up the trophy.
Why is
Who gives you the? No. No. Tell she.
Melanie? The trophies are
All right. Congratulations, Miss Esther Van Veel. Select back the one. All right. The next special award recipient is Amelia Gill, Lieutenant Amelia Gill. Is she here? Is Lieutenant Gill here? All right, Lieutenant Gill had reported a suspicious case at the RBL, and she have actually intercepted a group of armed bandits following that report. Congratulations, Ms. Gill. And, stay alert, stay alive. Next up, special award goes to Deputy Bank and Factory Site Commander, Candace Mitchell. Ms. Mitchell was key in preventing a robbery at Seoul, Guyana, just recently. Congratulations, Deputy Bank and Factory Shift Commander, Candace Mitchell. Next winner goes to Lieutenant Philip Ross. Round of applause to Mr. Ross. And he has been awarded for being very professional, always alert, courteous, and critical, being very punctual. Thank you very much, Mr. Ross. Thank you, Mr. Hilkin. And I now ask Mr. Kanzias to step up. The first winner, or the other winner, I should say, that she's not the first, or he's not the first, goes to Delta Mitch Hamilton. Delta Hamilton is a special winner who was in a confrontation with an intruder who was armed with a cutlass. He managed to apprehend the suspect and save the day. Thank you very much, Delta Mitch Hamilton. Our next awardee could not be here with us today. She is actually on site, and that is Deputy Bank and Factory Shift Commander Erica Lewis, who managed to stop a robbery at Buster in Diamond. Congratulations to her. and continue to do a good job. The next winner goes to Bank and Factory Shift Commander, and that is Elizabeth Hall. Elizabeth Hall is being rewarded for being a great team player on following site instructions and being a leader on the field. Bank and Factory Shift Commander, Elizabeth Hall. And the final special award goes to Deputy Bank and Factory Shift Commander, Marla Fraser. Another stickler for discipline and following the site's instructions at our RBL location. Like PGS, our clients demand the best from our ranks. Congratulations, Ms. Marla Fraser. Thank you very much, Mr. Kanzias. Thank you very much, Mrs. McTurk. I know 2017 was a very, very challenging year for the Guyana Police Force. And we thank you for what you have done to continue to keep us safe and to give PGS the support they need as we continue to make it safe for business with our 360 degrees of protection. Distributing the awards, we'll ask the Managing Director, Mr. Sean Kirkpatrick, to take a position. This is the first time I get the order on the boss. So, and the only time. All right, so Mr. Kirkpatrick will... Oh, apparently I have the award, sorry. Mr. Kirkpatrick will be presenting the awards. And the first award goes to Constable Tisha Grimes Mingo. Round of applause for Constable Tisha Grimes Mingo, who is being awarded for her outstanding work in the last quarter by the recommendations of the Commissioner of Police. Congratulations. Next up, Lance Corporal Digan Anderson. Lance Corporal Dingan Anderson. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson, for your outstanding work in the last quarter. And last, but by no means least, Lance Corporal Frederick Europe. Please welcome and let's congratulate with a big round of applause Mr. Frederick Europe and his colleagues from the Guyana Police Force. Our next award is the Dougal Kirkpatrick Award, and this is a new award that was incorporated into our award ceremony as of last year. We will ask our Administrative Director to say a few words on the award before it is presented. Mrs. McTurk.
Thank you. Well, as you know, in 2016, we introduced the Dougal Kirkpatrick Award for Teamwork. And since doing so, I must say, we have been really impressed with the improvements that we have seen across the board in teamwork. I'm going to lower this a little because I'm smaller than Mr. Khan, and I'm afraid you won't see me behind it. This year, it was especially difficult in order to select the recipients of this award. And that's what I wanted to say a little something about it. Because teamwork, it is easy to recognize teamwork in an instant, in one perfect instant where it goes well. And the incident at Republic Bank certainly was one of those perfect moments when the entire machinery of PGS worked as well as any of us could ever expect it. I remember one eyewitness report saying, and they were here within 1 minute. And I thought, that is absolutely impossible, but I'm glad she thinks so. But the point was What you had was the machinery of PGS working at its finest. The ranks on the ground responded correctly. They raised an alert. The radio operators intercepted that alert and ensured that the full force of PGS came to the aid of one of our own and to the defense of our client. With an example like that, it is very, very hard to try and decide who amongst such an outstanding group should receive the award. But the recipients of this award were not only people who responded correctly on that particular day when their very lives were in jeopardy, but they are the people who had the courage to get up every day after that and take up those same positions. And that takes courage, because if you have never, ever faced live fire, you never know and you will never understand the trauma that those individuals faced, that every person working at RBL that day faced. Many of RBL staff themselves, even after months of counseling, still will never be able to play the roles in their lives that they once did. And so we are immensely proud of our PGS team, who not only faced those gunmen and helped to foil that robbery, but who had the courage for all the days afterwards to swallow their fear and show up to work. We'd like to thank MD. This is your cue. Yes, we'd like to thank that detail for their ongoing commitment and teamwork and for looking after each other on that day and all the days that followed. Ladies and gentlemen, RBL team.
Thank you very much, Mrs. McTurk. And she would have given you a synopsis of what this award truly stands for. And so let's go right ahead and reward these outstanding men and women, all of whom could not have been here this afternoon. But nevertheless, please welcome first up Mr. David Stoll. Stahl? Oh, sorry, Mr. David Stahl. So Lieutenant David Stahl, Dexter Benjamin. Next up, Bank and Factory Shift Commander Dexter Benjamin. Mr. Benjamin is a very familiar face on the floor of Water Street Branch if you go in there at any time. Deputy Bank and Factory Shift Commander Claudia Cox Gaskin. Is it Denisa? Lieutenant Denicia Barkley. Lieutenant Denisa Barkley. And a reminder, these are the proud recipients of the Dougal Kirkpatrick Award. Lieutenant Devon Rodney. Trinity. That's it. And Lieutenant Chanita Williams. Ms. Williams also is a very familiar face on the ground floor of Republic Bank, Water Street. Absent today is Mr. Mark Job, who is the bank inspector, Bank and Factory Shift Commander Faith Pollard, and Deputy Bank and Factory Shift Commander Janika Moore Gillows. Congratulations to the team on receiving the Dougal Kirkpatrick Award. Mr. Kirkpatrick will also make the presentation of the Lean Trophy to the entire team. If you may please step forward. This is our single largest award given out once per year, and it's to the tune of $100,000 for the team. Congratulations. I know 2017 was a very, very challenging year for the Guyana Police Force. And we thank you for what you have done to continue to keep us safe and to give PGS the support they need as we continue to make it safe for business with our 360 degrees of protection. Distributing the awards, we'll ask the Managing Director, Mr. Sean Kirkpatrick, to take a position. This is the first time I get the order on the boss. So, and the only time. All right, so Mr. Kirkpatrick will... Oh, apparently I have the award, sorry. Mr. Kirkpatrick will be presenting the awards. And the first award goes to Constable Tisha Grimes Mingo. Round of applause for Constable Tisha Grimes Mingo, who is being awarded for her outstanding work in the last quarter by the recommendations of the Commissioner of Police. Congratulations. Next up, Lance Corporal Digan Anderson. Lance Corporal Dingan Anderson. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson, for your outstanding work in the last quarter. And last but by no means least, Lance Corporal Frederick Europe. Please welcome and let's congratulate with a big round of applause Mr. Frederick Europe and his colleagues from the Guyana Police Force. Our next award is the Dougal Kirkpatrick Award, and this is a new award that was incorporated into our award ceremony as of last year. We will ask our Administrative Director to say a few words on the award before it is presented. Mrs. McTurk.
Thank you. Well, as you know, in 2016, we introduced the Dougal Kirkpatrick Award for Teamwork. And since doing so, I must say, we have been really impressed with the improvements that we have seen across the board in teamwork. I'm going to lower this a little because I'm smaller than Mr. Khan, and I'm afraid you won't see me behind it. This year, it was especially difficult in order to select the recipients of this award. And that's what I wanted to say a little something about it. Because teamwork, it is easy to recognize teamwork in an instant, in one perfect instant where it goes well. And the incident at Republic Bank certainly was one of those perfect moments when the entire machinery of PGS worked as well as any of us could ever expect it. I remember one eyewitness report saying, and they were here within 1 minute. And I thought, that is absolutely impossible, but I'm glad she thinks so. But the point was, what you had was the machinery of PGS working at its finest. The ranks on the ground responded correctly. They raised an alert. The radio operators intercepted that alert and ensured that the full force of PGS came to the aid of one of our own and to the defense of our client. With an example like that, it is very, very hard to try and decide who amongst such an outstanding group should receive the award. But the recipients of this award were not only people who responded correctly on that particular day when their very lives were in jeopardy, but they are the people who had the courage to get up every day after that and take up those same positions. And that takes courage, because if you have never, ever faced live fire, you never know and you will never understand the trauma that those individuals faced, that every person working at RBL that day faced. Many of RBL's staff themselves, even after months of counseling, still will never be able to play the roles in their lives that they once did. And so we are immensely proud of our PGS team, who not only faced those gunmen and helped to foil that robbery, but who had the courage for all the days afterwards to swallow their fear and show up to work. We'd like to thank MD. This is your cue. Yes, we'd like to thank that detail for their ongoing commitment and teamwork and for looking after each other on that day and all the days that followed. Ladies and gentlemen, RBL team.
Thank you very much, Mrs. McTurk. And she would have given you a synopsis of what this award truly stands for. And so let's go right ahead and reward these outstanding men and women, all of whom could not have been here this afternoon. But nevertheless, please welcome first up Mr. David Stoll. Stahl? Oh, sorry, Mr. David Stahl. So Lieutenant David Stahl, Dexter Benjamin. Next up, Bank and Factory Shift Commander Dexter Benjamin. Mr. Benjamin is a very familiar face on the floor of Water Street Branch if you go in there at any time. Deputy Bank and Factory Shift Commander Claudia Cox Gaskin. Lieutenant Denicia Barkley. Lieutenant Denisa Barkley. And a reminder, these are the proud recipients of the Dougal Kirkpatrick Award. Lieutenant Devon Rodney. That's it. And Lieutenant Chanita Williams. Ms. Williams also is a very familiar face on the ground floor of Republic Bank, Water Street. Absent today is Mr. Mark Job, who is the bank inspector, Bank and Factory Shift Commander Faith Pollard, and Deputy Bank and Factory Shift Commander Janika Moore Gillows. Congratulations to the team on receiving the Dougal Kirkpatrick Award. Mr. Kirkpatrick will also make the presentation of the Lean Trophy to the entire team. If you may please step forward. This is our single largest award given out once per year, and it's to the tune of $100,000 for the team. Congratulations. Congratulations to this team, and do enjoy your winnings. Keep the good work up. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have come to the end of our formal presentations. All our awardees have received their certificates, their checks, their trophies, their praises, and warm wishes from the Board of Directors and the administration here at PGS, and you, our valued clients. I'd like to put your hands together once again for the winners of 2017. At this point, I'd invite our Administrative Director, Mrs. Melanie McTurk, who would make the closing remarks as we wrap up tonight's official part of the ceremony.
Thank you once again. Well, in essence, this is the wrapping up of yet another year in the life of PGS. And as we reflect on that year, I think it's very important for us to look and give ourselves a little tap on the back for all the things that have been accomplished in this year. Now, I'm not going to detail them all. And clearly, the car alarms agree with me. But we've seen significant improvements across our departments. We've seen the impact that having new uniforms has had. We've seen that I really don't like competition. And so I would like to thank once again each and every member of PGS who has been part of this ongoing transformation. I would like to acknowledge all the clients who took time to be with us this afternoon, our clients and our co-workers, people who have worked, who we have partnered with throughout the year, or who we intend to partner with as we go forward. It means a lot to our ranks that you are here to help give testimony to the fact that they actually have done something exceptional. Because as they say, you know, if a tree falls in the middle of the forest, how do you know it's happened? We all need the validation of our peers to acknowledge what we have done. We all need to know that somebody has noticed the efforts we have gone to. And that is why the admin team goes to the efforts that it has gone to make this event special. And I'd like to thank our operations and HR team for the tremendous effort they put in making this particular annual award, I think, probably the most picturesque we've ever had. So could we give them a little round of applause? And as we remember our ranks and as we celebrate the ranks in the fields, and all of you here who have done so well, I'd like to give a special thank you to our senior security officers who are the leadership behind all of this and whose efforts throughout the year have helped to contribute to the excellence that all of you are here to participate in. Mr. De Freitas, Mr. Bob, Ms. Prophet, a special thank you, everyone. Well, there's very little else to say. Daddy would at this point have said, it's time to lash up the liquor and fill up the belly. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. Congratulations to all of those who have received awards. And please enjoy the dinner.
Thank you very much, Mrs. McTurk. So, Mrs. McTurk have brought the curtains down on the official part of our ceremony. And I must say thank you very much to our clients who came out to join us in celebration. Mr. Kevin Mickle. Where is Kevin? Kevin Mickle? Kevin, please come to the front. Kevin Mickle is one of our youngest employees at the administration office of PGS. And I think it's fitting to ask Mr. Mickle to take a bow at the front for putting this event together. I am very proud when young people take the mantle and take up the lead. And we must encourage that not only within our administration, but even in the young faces that are joining PGS. We have some very young faces looking to start a career in security, and they have joined PGS to foster that career. And so we ask the ranks who are here, those winners, to inspire those young ones to emulate your good team spirit, your good teamwork, all right? And let us continue to encourage them to build and grow. I'd also like to say thank you to Mr. Phillips, who is on the videos, and we look forward to getting the recording very soon. Wink, wink. Mr. Fidel Bissar, who is on photography, thank you very much. And CP, who is over there on audio. Tonight, Kirkpatrick's Catering and the director, both at KEL and at PGS, Mr. Ian Kirkpatrick, along with his manager, Mr. George Tingiki, and staff, have prepared a lovely dinner for us to partake in and for us to eat, sip, and chat as we celebrate the professionalism and team spirit here at Professional Guard Services. Do stay with us, do enjoy. I'd ask all our winners to come forward so that we can have these photo moments. And to the rest of you, have a good evening. And when you're finished celebrating with us, get back home to your loved ones safely. Thank you very much, and thanks for coming out.